Excuse me, is this the Lost and Found?
Yes, this is the Lost and Found.
I'm here about my brother.
Oh, can you describe him?
Yes, he's loud.
Uh-huh.
He breaks all my toys.
Oh.
And he eats all my candy.
Oh, I see. And how long has he been lost?
He's not lost. That's the problem.
Wah, 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 wah.
Hey, welcome to Storytime. My name is Mr. Eric. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, or whatever time of day it is when you are tuning in for this special online Storytime experience. Today's theme of the Storytime is losing stuff. Have you ever lost something that belongs to you? A toy, a stuffed animal, one of your socks? It's kind of a bummer when it happens. And that's one of the things we do here at Storytime is we deal with the tough questions. Tough questions like, what do you do when you lose something? We'll see if we can work it out before we're done today. And we're going to start with this particular story, which is about Nurk. This is Nurk. Nurk lives on the planet Borth, not Borth Prime, the other Borth. People make that mistake a lot. And as you can see, Nurk is pretty sad. And Nurk is sad because Nurk has lost their Snorpduddle. I know you can relate. If you've ever lost your Snorpduddle, you know exactly how Nurk is feeling. It's not great. You know, when you lose your Snorpduddle, it's not an easy thing to replace. When your Snorpduddle's not there, it's not like you don't notice. You notice it's not there, so Nurk is pretty bummed. And it's particularly sad for Nurk because, frankly, at this particular point in Nurk's life, that Snorpduddle was probably Nurk's best friend in the entire Borth, bar none. I'm not sure you're getting what I'm saying here. This was no ordinary Snorpduddle, okay? This was, I mean, it was really good. It was really good, okay? It still had all its fleasits. You know, it had an extra wide Fullzinger, which good luck finding one of those nowadays in the stores or on Framazoon or Grebe. It was really kind of a one-of-a-kind, extraordinary Snorpduddle. It was a limited edition Snorpduddle from 2000 and Nerf, so it's a big deal. And it was kind of a rough time, frankly, for Nurk to have misplaced the Snorpduddle because Borth was kind of having a rough time at this particular point. A lot of people were getting sick. You know, people were getting better, they were going to get through it, but a lot of people were getting sick, a lot of people were worried, a lot of people were scared, people were being really careful, and what that meant was that Nurk was not going outside all that much. When Nurk saw their Frips, which it's not like Nurk had a whole lot of Frips to begin with, but Nurk only saw Frips on a screen, you know, through Zoom. Borth had Zoom. Zoom's everywhere. So, it was a difficult time. Losing the Snorpduddle at this particular time for Nurk was, well, it felt like losing the whole world, frankly. And that's why when it turned up missing, Nurk went outside, sat down on the ground, and started to cry. It was very sad and very loud, kind of like this. Kind of like that. It was really loud. And it went on for a really long time. It was so loud and went on for so long that the neighbor, Lava Gronk, came outside to see what was going on. Now, Nurk and Lava Gronk were never close. Right? Even though they were roughly the same age, they didn't play together a lot. They didn't hang out very much. I mean, Lava Gronk was kind of a grumpy crid, not very friendly to people in general, and especially not very friendly to Nurk. For whatever reason, Nurk didn't know why. I mean, I know why. It's my story, I'm making it up. So the reason that Lava Gronk was never very friendly to Nurk is because Lava Gronk had always been jealous of Nurk's Snorpduddle. It happens a lot with Snorpduddles. Lava Gronk would look out the window from next door and see Nurk out in the front yard playing with the Snorpduddle, and all Lava Gronk could think was, I wish I had that Snorpduddle. I wish I had anything that I cared about as much as Nurk cares about that. And that made Lava Gronk unhappy, and that's why Lava Gronk was never that friendly to Nurk. So Lava Gronk was not exactly the first crid on Borth that you would expect to come out and worry about why Nurk was sad. or the 2nd, or the 5th, or the 471st. But out came Lavagronk, looked at the crying. Maybe it's because it was so loud. Maybe it was getting on his last nerp. Some people say it was just because he was bored. But whatever the reason, he said, "What's going on?" And Nurk told Lavagronk the whole long story about how Nurk had the Snorpduddle, and then Nurk lost the Snorpduddle. And I guess that's the whole story. It's really not very long. And Lavagronk listened to the story, and Lavagronk looked at Nurk, and Lavagronk said something that Lavagronk had never said to anybody before. Lavagronk said, "Maybe I can help you." Okay. Maybe I can help you. As you can see, Lavagronk was not usually very helpful. Lavagronk had never offered to help anybody with anything. Why was it different this time? What was the change? Different people have different ideas. They have theories. They exchange them on the internet. They trade them over breakfast at the diner. I have my own thoughts, which I'd be happy to share with you later. But the one fact, the irrefutable fact that we know for sure, is that the two of them went off together, separated, of course, by 6 barth units and wearing a mask on their face, as doctors recommend, went off together to look. And they looked together. At first they looked in the obvious places, behind the sofa, on top of the babinecks. Then they started looking in some less obvious places where you wouldn't expect to find a Snorpduddle, in the back of the ragage or across the sneak. Pretty soon they were doing things that if you had just wandered along and found them, you would not even have thought they were looking for anything at all. They just looked like they were playing together, separated by 6 barth units and with a mask on their face, of course. They were running together through fields of Schnass. They were climbing to the highest glims of the tallest grees. Lavagronk sat that part out. Lavagronk doesn't care for heights, but boy, the Nurk was up there. They were jumping from stone to stone across a racing flivver. They were chasing lurds. They were jumping and splashing in ruddles. They looked like they were having the time of their lives, and by the time they got home, hours later, at the end of the day, frankly, Nurk almost forgot that they'd even been looking for anything in the first place. So imagine the surprise when Nurk's mom came out and said, "Nurk, you're home. Here's your Snorpduddle. I found it next to the pram squids," which frankly would have been the first place I would have looked. You too? I know, right? So, there was Nurk holding the Snorpduddle. And there was Lavagronk looking at the Snorpduddle that Lavagronk had always been jealous of. And Lavagronk said, "I'm glad you found it." And Nurk said, "Me too. I am too." And they were. They were glad, obviously. Hours before, finding that Snorpduddle was the only thing Nurk wanted to do. The idea of going for a night without knowing where the Snorpduddle was driving Nurk crazy. It was the worst thing that had ever happened. So finally, the one thing that Nurk wanted was right there in Nurk's hands. And Nurk turned to Lavagronk, and Nurk said, You want to borrow it?" And Lavagronk said, "Really?" And Nurk said, "Yeah. I mean, just for tonight, you can give it back to me tomorrow when we play together again." Now, no one really knows what happened with that Snorpduddle. How did it suddenly turn up after all of that looking? Some people say they think that Lavagronk stole it the day before. That Lavagronk came out and felt bad for the first time in Lavagronk's life about what they had done, and felt bad about how sad that Nurk was. And later, when Nurk was climbing on the tall glims of that tall gree, that Lavagronk ran back to the house, grabbed the Snorpduddle from wherever they'd hidden it, and put it next to the pram squiz to be found later. We don't know. We don't know if any of that happened. The one irrefutable fact that we do know is that the next day, they did play together. And the other irrefutable fact that we definitely know is that after that, everybody lived happily ever Gronster.
Excuse me!
Yes?
Is this the lost and found?
Yes, this is the lost and found.
I lost my elephant!
Oh no.
She weighs 3 tons, she's 10 feet tall, and she's bright green.
And how did you lose her?
That's what I'd like to know.
Hi-oh!
All right, so we're going to have to stop the story time for a second because we have a slight emergency. My dinosaur friend here has told me that she has misplaced one of her eggs. I know. Don't judge me. And we thought maybe we could just take a moment to try to help find the eggs. Because the fact is, we actually have narrowed it down. I think it is probably one of these 5 eggs. I hope so. And you don't remember what color it was? No, I am probably colorblind. We should probably have looked that up before the story time. Kelsey, why didn't we look that up first? But it's probably one of these. And we also have a problem in that the numbers are all jumbled up. This is not the order that the numbers are supposed to go into. This is a real problem. So I guess, first I want you to make a guess. Take a look at these eggs. Decide which number you think is the one that holds the dinosaur's egg. Are you thinking? Think, it's my egg. And we'll just go in order. So the very first egg we want to look at is number 1. And under number 1, is it a dinosaur? Oh, it's a chicken. Which is normal. Chickens come from eggs, so totally normal to find that in the egg. But that's not the egg we're looking for. It's not the egg we're looking for. So the next one is number 2. Let's see what we have there. Is it a dinosaur? Oh, it's a snake. Snakes also hatch from eggs, so still totally normal, nothing to panic about. But it's not the egg that we're looking for. So which one should we do next? Number 3? Number 3 is a platypus. A baby platypus. Don't know if you knew that platypuses also hatch from eggs. So far, this story time is 100% factual and educationally valid. You can get college credit for this. But we're running out of eggs. So I guess the very next one would be number 4. Number 4. Come on, number 4. And it is a can of soup. Those don't come from eggs. I'm pretty sure cans of soup do not come from eggs. Kelsey, why didn't we fact check this? Very disappointed. All right, we only have one left. I'm getting a little worried. What if this is not the dinosaur's egg? Are you worried? You feeling a lot of tension? There's a lot of tension in the room. Here we go. It's a baby dinosaur! And I will take all the others with me too, because I have enough love in my house for all of these orphaned egg creatures. But not the can of soup. I'm not taking the can of soup. All right, thank you guys for your help. Now we can get back to your regularly scheduled story time.
Excuse me! Is this the lost and found?
It is the lost and found. What did you lose?
Myself!
Oh, really?
I've looked all around, and I can't find me anywhere. Watch! Nothing!
Well, I can see why you're upset.
Yes, it's very upsetting.
Well, how did this happen?
I started doing all these things I wouldn't usually do, and wearing things I wouldn't usually wear. Certain hats, cravats. And the next thing I know, where am I? No idea.
Do you remember where you last saw you?
Over there, by the bookshelves.
And let's see, what does you look like?
About this tall.
Mm-hmm.
About this shape.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly this size. Pretty good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like this.
Oh, okay, that's enough, thank you. Okay, very helpful. And if we find you, is there somewhere you can be contacted?
Not really.
Why not?
I don't know where I am.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. That is a pickle.
I'm in a real pickle.
All right, I'll tell you what. What if we both look around a little bit? Maybe you'll turn up.
I'm willing to try anything.
Okay then, ready,
Uh-huh.
set, look! Any luck?
Nothing yet.
think I might see something.
What?
I think I found you.
You did?
I think so.
Where?
Right here.
Are you sure?
Well, let's see. Right size,
Uh-huh.
right shape,
Okay.
and the sound.
Ah, ah.
Yep, and there's just one more final test. Excuse me,
Yes?
who are you?
I'm me.
Aha!
Wow. Wow. You really are good at this.
Well, I went to school for a long time.
Thank you for helping me.
Is there anything else you need today?
No, I don't think so, but...
What?
I think I lost one more thing.
What?
You!
Oh no!
Let's start looking!
Okay,
And don't panic!
okay.
Actually, you know what?
What?
Go ahead and panic!
Hey, can you help me find my hat? Hey, can you help me find my hat? I'll put on my shoes and then in nothing flat. That will definitely help me find my hat. Shoes. Hey, can you help me find my shoes? Hey, can you help me find my shoes? I'll put on my socks and then I'll find the clues that will help me definitely find my shoes and my hat. Socks. Hey, can you help me find my socks? Hey, can you help me find my socks? I'll put on my shirt and then in a box is maybe where I'll finally find my socks and my shoes and my hat. Shirt. Shirt. Gotta be kidding me. Hey, can you help me find my shirt? Hey, can you help me find my shirt? I'll put on a coat and that won't hurt in my efforts to maybe find my shirt and my socks and my shoes and my hat. Coat. Coat. This is ridiculous. I should have planned ahead. Hey, can you help me find my coat? Hey, can you help me find my coat? I'll go get my keys, and this is a direct quote that will definitely help me find my coat and my shirt and my socks and my shoes and my hat. Keys. 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 Keys, 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 keys. Hey, can you help me find my keys? Hey, can you help me find my keys? I'll get my backpack, then I'll find my keys with ease. That is definitely how I will find my keys, and my coat, and my shirt, and my socks, and my shoes, and my hat. I don't know where my backpack is. Hey, can you help me find my backpack? Hey, can you help me find my backpack? That'll help me backtrack, and then I will find my keys, and my coat, and my shirt, and my socks, and my shoes, and my hat, and my footstool, and my can of soup, and my chicken, and my sandwich, and my, you know what? Harmonica solo. Gotta be kidding me. Cut! Cut! Kelsey, what are you doing to me?
Excuse me, is this the lost and found?
Mm-hmm.
I need your help. I lost my sandwich.
Can you describe the sandwich?
Hey, thank you so much for coming to Storytime. Coming in the sense that you stayed exactly where you are and turned on your computer, but I really appreciate it. It was super fun for me, even though I lost everything. But sometimes we learn things. We learn through losing. Maybe that's the moral? I don't know. I'm workshopping that. So I'm so glad you came. We're going to do story times again next Saturday starting at 9 a.m. Please log on for that. Have a great week. Don't lose anything. And if you do, don't freak out about it because it'll be fine. Thanks, guys. See you later.